Hello, beautiful souls. How are you guys? Yes. Oh, lights, camera, auction. What happens when you're running behind? Okay, so this is only affecting team replay of me and all my late. Not late, but I just came in the studio for the first time today. So, which means I have all the things that was on my desk yesterday from last evening is still here. So happy Sunday, guys. Happy Sunday. How is everybody doing? Hit that thumbs up button if you will. But how are you doing? How's your Sunday? We're going to continue on talking about World Watercolor Month because I'm super duper excited about it still because it's like Christmas in July, I'm trying to tell you. Yesterday we had fun. We had fun with this brush. And here is the result of this brush. And this brush, this pen, and these were, I can't remember. Let's see which. Oh, I didn't write it on the back. Whatever was right here. Oh, Master's Touch watercolor. Because yesterday I was pretty much talking about inexpensive paints. That it doesn't matter how much the price of the paint is. It depends on what you want. All right, let me plug this up. Mr. McCoy, what did you say on YouTube? I'm quite sure I said something that you're saying YouTube too. But, because I know it wasn't in my studio. Boop. Do, 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 do. Okay. What'd you say YouTube to? Oh, I left my socks. So I was cooking dinner. Then I finished cooking dinner. Sundays is usually my get ready for the week, prepping for next month. And so this will be, I have one more Sunday. Yeah, so next Sunday will be the same. I enjoyed yesterday. You enjoyed yesterday. Okay, thank you. Okay. Keep me on task. So it's July. We have let's see. We got this week 1, 3, 6, 7. So 12 more days. That dog will start barking now. 11 more days. 11 more days. I don't know why he's barking. So if y'all hear him, please excuse him. Him is just having some times. But anyway, so today in the studio, I put together. So yesterday was a good day in the studio for painting and for reflections on the watercolor brush and all. So for all of us who have been enjoying World Watercolor Month as a watercolorist, we're used to it, right? But if you're new to watercolor, hello, Julia, how are you? Happy Sunday. If you're new to watercolor, some of the things maybe that I've said or talked about, if I said, hold on. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. But happy Sunday, Julia. But if you're new to watercolor and you haven't had some of the stuff that I've done is been like, oh my goodness, it's like, what is that? Or the brushes. Some people have sent me messages or have sent me, responded in the community. And that has, let me know that, some people want to know a little bit more about it because some people have been trying to do some of the things. Now, me personally, I do all of the teachy stuff over on my Patreon. Here we get together, we talk about stuff. We talk about slapping paint on paper, why I slap paint on paper, how I do it, where I create, how I heal, and at the end of the day, I want you to take time to have fun and to take care of yourself. So, World Watercolor Month has really opened some people's eyes to want to do it, and I'm great and I'm happy. I'm super duper excited for it. Um, I think it's a joyful process, right? So after yesterday's live, first of all, let's go to it's World Watercolor Month, and today's prompt is kitchen. Very interesting prompt, kitchen, right? It's kitchen. So I said, well, let's see how we can cook up some color and kind of put kitchen, because again, it was one of those prompts that I'm like, kitchen, huh? What are we gonna do with kitchen? You can draw a kitchen. You can write the word kitchen. I will be interested to see how other people use the word kitchen. Not sure, not sure. But it's all good. It's all good. Let me put my do not disturb on, because that's what I did not do for all devices. Okay. But okay, so what that made me do is, after talking about light fast, we talked about light fast for the last couple of days. We had a real good conversation about this watercolor. And I'm almost at the end of watercolor. So we have we have Loft. Wait, who is this? Hold on, wait a minute. I done come across another brand. Oh, I don't know who this is. I thought these were Artist Loft, which is Michael's brand. But who is this? Essentials. Oh, yeah. So, here we go, guys. I done found, so now that's 32 brands. See what happens when you collect things? You're a collector of things. I put them all in here, but I forgot about these. So, if Maddie pops on today, we not only have the watercolor brushes, I have the watercolors. So, okay, we will be doing Artist Loft, and now that I got a whole new brand that's not even on the sheet, let's flip this sheet over. See what it is? See what I'm saying? Have fun. Find something that you love. All right, so Loft, and then 32 is Royal. I can probably read it better on the brush. I'll tell you. And I know when I got them, Royal, and Lang Nickel. Name Nickel. When Michael had, not Michael's, Hobby Lobby probably had them on sale. And I believe I got them in a set. Now, these are part of the first ones that I had. These are part of my first watercolors that I got. So that will be, because they're in this jar. And once they get pretty much put over there, I kind of forget them. Hey, Dawn. Happy Sunday. How are you? Everybody look, you're right on time. I was right on time. When I tell you it was boom, 3 o'clock, I walked in here. I told my grandson, I was like, oh, I'm pushing this envelope today. But, and I just came up with another brand that I have. So we have 32 brands. And it is, I forgot all about Royal Lang Nickel, that, the Essential brand. I totally forgot. I've had these, I know, since I was in Colorado. These I had since Colorado. So I was fixing dinner and doing some catching up on some paperwork. But what I mostly did today was, there is a link on the screen. If you guys tell me if you see that link on the screen. If you don't see it on the YouTube side, I'll put it over on the eCam side. But it's after we were talking about the light fast and all that kind of stuff yesterday and the last couple of days, what it made me do, and some people who had sent me some messages, I was like, you know what? I know these things now because they're in my brain, right? So I made a list. I made a list of things, and I put it into PDF. I think it's a PDF. But you can click on that link. You don't see it? Okay, so that means that, let's see, can I pin this? I should be able to pin this. No, I don't want to open that. Oh, I probably can't pin it because it's on my other, the other one that I have on here is actually my other YouTube channel. That's how I've been able to totally see all of the, when I'm offline or how I'm showing up. Let's see, there we go, paste. But Dawn, you're already, so if you want, like, click on it and let me know. And if there's any errors or anything, let me know that too. But it's a one pager, but it gives you all of the stuff talking about what we were talking about, terms, not so much as how to use watercolor. It was terms, because remember I told you guys I wasn't interested in all the things. And then when I became interested in all the things, then I wanted all the things, right? So that made me want to kind of pay attention a little bit more to certain things. Not all of it, not all of it, okay? So I just want people to be able to have a good terminology when I'm using some terms, because just because I've learned it, some people just, when they ask a question, I was just like, well, maybe I need to do that. Okay. So that was how that got created. And I created that this morning after I was, I thought about it. I was like, I think that'll work out if I just, give a listing of some things that I thought was good information. It's just for your information. It's nothing, fancy. I just kind of threw it together, totally threw it together. But I think it's good information. I think you'll like it. And I was supposed to be, I did print them out. Hold on. Well, I printed them out, but I can't use them for what I was trying to do today. I thought I printed them out little, but these are huge. I have a membership to different girls that I like. Because a lot of girls that I was seeing, I wanted someone that looked like me, so I can put in my art or put in with my friends, and that way, if I put them on a canvas, then it's just like, oh, that works out. But these are too big, so I can't do what I want to do with those. I'll find something to do with them. But they came, and I was gonna put them. They were supposed to be like ATC size, because I put them on pages. But you know what I just realized, guys? The page is still up on my laptop. I never hit print. So let's see if we can hit print now, because I wanted to add them into some artwork today, into slap and paint on paper, but I can't print. I won't be able to print because oh well, we won't worry about it. Won't be able to print because in order to print, I'd have to change the internet. We're not going to do that. It opened perfectly. Oh, thank you, Dawn. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Love it. I love it, love it, love it. I changed the colors a little bit, tried to make it look different from everything. I kind of want to keep it into the colors that are moving for the rest of the year. Right now, it's going to be green, yellow, the blues. We got some new ones. All it takes is give me an email. And I don't know the name of the brand, but we'll talk about it later when they get here. But this is what I did yesterday. So today's prompt for World Watercolor Month is kitchen. I will be very interested to hear in the comment and in the chat how you are going to use kitchen. Are you going to draw a kitchen? Like, don't delete that. Give me some ideas of how you're going to show up for today's prompt. Because I am going to get very, 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 very creative, and I'm going to try to draw a kitchen with a stove and a refrigerator and a table in it. Yes, because why? We're over here learning new things, and as I'm learning new things, I want you guys to learn new things. Okay, so this right here, yesterday we got to talking about Kuretake, and I was telling you guys I wasn't sure. We need one for the paper now. I wasn't sure how this was going to go because in the past, I had been told that Kuretake was like gouache and like, so it went down that kind of, and I was trying to stay away from it. But I told, if I was talking to Bridget and I talked yesterday, and everywhere I've read about Kuretake and whatever that other name is, but I've never seen gouache. And to me, I had to pull out the gouache watercolors, and I had to pull them out and I slapped them down on paper. They do not perform. Oh, wait, this is upside down. Well, no, it could be that way too. That could just be the water and then going up to the mountain. But the way I painted it was kind of supposed to be sky. But I guess I don't know, it could go either way. Yeah. But this doesn't behave like watercolor. I mean, like gouache to me. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying, maybe some people that have tried it, maybe it does, or maybe they did have the one, because they have more than this, just this one. But this one here is, I ordered it and it went all the way back to 4 years ago. It's the same thing, and it's watercolor, and it's a fun kit. So I wanted to make sure I came back and cleared that up, that I haven't seen anywhere where this particular one. Let me be clear about the one I have. It's the Kuretake. The other ones have something else that says something, it says what it is, but this one is Kuretake. And when I pulled it up, it's watercolor. So I like it, love it. I painted this yesterday with it. I painted this yesterday with it. Not these. These are dots and dust. So that's a whole nother. So yesterday I did this. These are the Kuretake watercolors, and I even put pen on it. Check me out, right? Because I'm trying to start doing pen and watercolor, only because I want to start doing something different. I believe it was Martha Stewart that said, learn something new every day, right? And you can learn something new every day, and people can just not like you because you just learn something new every day, and you can keep up with any kind of conversation. I don't know. Then they'll call you a smart behind. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Call me what you want. I don't care. Okay, so that's Kuretake yesterday. So, but this one is Dots and Dust. Remember I told you guys Dots and Dust had Misfits on her website, and I'm not sure if I linked her in the description box below. I'm not sure. Let me see, because she still had looked over there. I feel like I did, and she still has some Misfits. I don't know what those links are. That's a shame. I do. Yeah, I do. That one. Oh, yeah. I don't think it's in there. But I tried to link her page because I wanted you, if you wanted to grab you some Misfits. So this is what Misfits are from her perspective. Either the pan didn't get filled up all the way for the one she was selling. Either it cracked, or there's something that, it wasn't what she wanted to sell for her regular price. So now she has all of these, so she calls them Misfits. And so I got these 6, 7. You get them, and then they come in, like, if you get the little bag or whatever. So these came, but I had not painted with them really. And so since I was using the gouache yesterday to do a test, I said, well, let me use the Misfits. And so that's what this is, Misfit row for right there. I wish she had some more that I could put them down there and it just be Misfit row all the way. But I'll probably get a little tin and put these in, because I'm going to fill this up with, something else. But this is what they created. Let's put that there. So this is Dots and Dust. The colors. So it had the Misfit. The name Misfit has absolutely positively nothing to do with the paint. The paint is yummy, and I even let it dry and went back with some layers and couple of colors. Like the black is not Misfit. Black is, y'all know I just keep a black in my palette, but all these other colors are. This color is that, this color is that, and then I highlighted and topped over with this color, and then this one The base is this color, but all of the red ones or whatever kind of color that is this one. So that they did real good. So I had painted this and I just left it up here on my desk. And this one is on that Canson paper. So the whole time I was painting, I was having a hissy fit. Because y'all know I'm a paper snob. And is. Yeah, well, I am. But this is only 117 pounds. But it's the Canson paper. I won't even go. And it's student grade, so but that's that. We'll leave that sitting there. But this one I like. I did this one yesterday as well. So perform was the prompt for yesterday. And I can say that my paints, my watercolors, they performed yesterday. They did a great job. Every one I slapped down on some paper. I wrote some little notes or did something. It was just like, okay, you did good. So this one, I can't wait to scan this one in. There's some that I just can't wait to scan in that they're just going to be yummy. So let me put 19 on this one. And dots and dust before I forget, because I will. And it was perform. And we'll put them with the rest of them. Because we're going to scan them in. Not all of these will get scanned in. Like the ones like this one will definitely get scanned in. That'll get scanned in. And then we're going to put them on cups or mugs or, I don't know, even t-shirts to represent what? Slapping paint on paper. There we go. Okay. And so, Joan, I think you have already poked holes in yours. And because I'm going to scan mine, I've been holding on to them like this. But then once I scan them in, then I'm going to poke a hole and put them on the ring. Because I do like that idea. All of my World Watercolor Month is going to be pretty down to size. That's going to be as big as, and then I'm going to put them on a ring. Because Dawn said so. That was a great idea. And things like this, I'll probably do something else to this, maybe, because I noticed as it dried, that center and right there, I'll probably scan it and see. I have on my list, my wish list, a new scanner that all it does is scan. All I have to do is lay it down to scan. Right now I use my EcoTank printer to scan. It does an amazing job, but I just want one thing dedicated now that I do a lot of scanning of my prints and, make them prints and then make them digital. So that'll work out. Okay, let's move forward. So today we are going to slap some paint on some paper because why? It's World Watercolor Month. And I am going to, all my pans are starting to fill up. Do we have this? Yep, we got a blank one. Houston, we got one. All right, we need to go over the list so I can make sure that we got everything and this is going to be, I think, pretty much the last day possibly of doing them. So we got Crafty Mo. That's not on the desk. Where is it at? Emma LaFave with Crafty Mo. Ooh, you made a bind. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. So this is the Craftimo palette. This is, I think, my most loved palette because I used it for a whole year because I was following Emma LaFave. We got, I think we got 4 watercolors a month, depending on what we were painting. And I thought I had those somewhere nearby since I was going to be doing Craftimo today. And I'm quite sure it's somewhere looking at me. There they are. Thank you for not making me look crazy. So every month we got 4 colors based on whatever we were painting. And so this is, they're not in order. So you can tell the colors. So every month we got different colors, 4 colors. And she showed us how to do all of this. And it was so much fun. And then also with the month, we also got 2 brushes And whatever was the freebie, I enjoyed this one. Of course, it was flowers. This was the one I think I painted over and over and over again. Succulents, I still never did it because it had a bowl and I wasn't about drawing. I did this kinda. Look at it. This kinda. See, kinda. Kinda. Not now, but the other one I did, it was better. It was okay, but I'll probably go back and do this one because now that I'm doing things, I can go back and do some of them. I didn't do this one. I did do kind of the mixing because I wanted to make sure that I could get those colors. This is when I learned how to make the grays and the whites pop up and show up on even white paper. This. And then this one. So I feel like I'm missing about 2 or 3 of them only because they're somewhere being decorated in the studio. This one I didn't do because when she described how to make it, like she does a lot of blending, like it goes into the other color. I don't like. It's like I'm one of them people that like don't like their food to touch, and I don't like my watercolors to blend. Not all the time. Not with into different colors. I like them to blend with themselves. So that was how this palette came full, and we also got a free palette, Emma LaFave and Craftimo, of course. So that was fun, and some of the colors got used way more than others because we used them again and again and again, and a couple just probably got touched, but I'll probably go through. And you can order, the watercolors are good, but here's the thing. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna do something you're gonna be like, oh, I ain't do that with a lot of them, but I'm gonna do this with these because you have to. You gotta wake them up. And because I'm not gonna use them right now, I'm gonna have to wake them up again because they absorb. We're gonna see if they absorb it. They absorb the water. They perform, but they just was too hard to wake up. Remember I told you, if I got to keep waking you up and spraying you and all, I don't want to do it. So that's Craftimo. So we're gonna do Craftimo today. Let's put a little dot there. That one. And we're going to do Loft, which is here. And we're going to do this newfound one, which is here. And I think, and Roman. Roman was the other one. That's the only one that's left. So we've gone through all of them. Now, if you happen to be watching this on, even if you're on the live or if you're on Team Replay and you're like, oh my God, you went through all of those? Yes, I have made a playlist that is for just World Watercolor Month. And I've linked it to, well, with lives, you can't link it to the live until after the live is done. So I'm going to put it end card, whatever those things they call. I've put it on a couple of videos already, but it's a playlist. If you go to my thing and do playlists, you'll see World Watercolor Month. And you can go through and join us on Team Replay for all of these because I've done some maybe 3 brands a day. And some we spent a lot of time on. Y'all know who I'm going to tell you about. Addison and Segwood, you get to go back and see how this one really turned out. This one was just, it's my favorite thus far. I can say that now because we're at the end. Today we're at the end. Not to say that I didn't like the way all of the rest of them perform, but when it comes to, this is handmade, when it comes to all of my handmade watercolors that I have used, Della Magda was the one that was just, I don't know how to put, it's like butter in a frying pan. It just melts on the paper. And so this one is number 1, and then Della Magna is probably number 2. You can link the playlist itself too. Oh yeah, you know what, Dawn? I can't I? Look at you. You know what? I can, but not right over here. Because I use Ecamm the way Ecamm is, I can. But, let's see. I can see what I can do. Oh, playlist over here. And share. Copy link. Dawn gonna keep. Everybody needs a Dawn. That's all I'm saying. Everybody needs a Dawn. Boop. Boop. I think that's it. Did it go? Oh, did it? It doesn't look like it came through, and it might. I don't know. Did it come through? Dawn, can it didn't highlight like the other one did, but it's on there. I see it, but I put it there, so I don't know. Like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. So in my description, yes, 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 yes. So in the description, I got so many links in there. I did not want to keep adding the links, but I do have it. I do have it in the descriptions of one of them. I know. So after this live, I'll do it. I don't want to waste too much time, but after this live, I'll do it. But if you want to see all of these colors, which I think you should go back and, you know, if you even if you don't go through all of our ranting and raving or whatever, just go through and see how some of these perform. Because I'm getting ready. Let's see, we're gonna do it right. And no, we can't because I got to do 3 more. So we can't do anything until I finish, right? Okay, let's get some paper so we can slap some paint on some paper. Happy Sunday for anybody who has popped in. Happy Sunday. I cooked dinner. I've been a busy little beaver today. I told my I told my grandson, no, I told my daughter, I said, I've done a whole lot today. And I said, I'm still awesome. I still can do all the things. And she's like, oh, yep. Because, you know, when I had kids, the mother of 7, had all 7 of them in the house. Let's see, we're going to use, what color? Oh, that's Prussian blue. Let's just dump them out. God, I did not even realize I had a whole different brand over here. Let's put these over here. I don't even remember where I got them from. I want to say I got them from Hobby Lobby, but I don't know. Maybe, because Hobby Lobby sells Royal Langnickel. So, I think so. So, let's separate Royal Langnickel from the Loft. Now the loft is a good, because yesterday, remember I was talking about not having to spend a whole lot of money to get an output. There we go. Oh, that one had white that I've used up, so I've definitely used these suckers. Some of these tubes are empty. Well, almost. Well, let you know that I've used them, so I guess I like them. Okay, we'll do Emma Fave. Let's see what it's looking like. See how it sucked up that water? The water's gone. Sucked it up. So we'll just sit that over there. All right, and let's see what color do we have. I don't even have all the... We have crimson red. We'll use crimson red. I don't know. Let's just put the paint. Let's slap the paint down. Let's not stress over it too much. Another thing. Don't want you to stress over thing. Oh, I'm so over it. So Dawn and everybody, if you've been on here and you've seen these 2 tubes, I'm not going to write a bad review. I got them off of Etsy. I'm not writing a bad review. I'm going to email the seller and just let them know my experience and see if they will replace these, because man, if I can show you, I cleaned the mess up, but it hasn't gotten better. It got worse. And see how I just mixed this up and how these came back together. Those didn't do it. I'm not saying I'm not pleased, because the color the little bit we did do that I did kind of get out of it, minus the stickiness, they did okay. But who wants to have a whole tube full of paint and you can't use it because the binder comes out? So that's my little tiff about that one. And it's not a bad review. It's not going to be, I don't like giving bad reviews. I'd rather not say anything before I give a bad review. And that's why I say over here on my channel, I'm not here to tell you what to buy or whatever. I'm saying, in my humble opinion, in my studio, this was my experience, and whatever, and however it comes out. That's just how it is. But I'm going to give them a chance. We're going to give them a chance. Okay, there we go. That's a pretty color. It's like a crimson. Is that crimson? Yep, crimson red. We know we love Roll Tide. Sorry. Not sorry. I'm going to make this nice and watery. So, Dawn, what are you doing today? Anybody else in the chat? What are you doing today? Happy Sunday. If you're new, you just came in and you just came in on a little rant. It's not a rant, but it's just more of, again, in my humble opinion. Oh, let's see. Oh, I should have used the other brush because I said I wasn't supposed to be using the daggum circle brush. And what did I pick up? Circle brush. No problem. We're going to get the paint off of it. And that's going to be that. John, did Willie have a good visit with the kiddos? There we go. Okay, oh, since we've already started with this, let's keep going. So, I've always, this month, what I've realized thus far, it's the 20th day of World Watercolor Month, and what I have realized is there is something magical about this month. It's like a big, beautiful permission slip for me to play. It's like Christmas in July. Whether I'm blending colors, whether we've been, dripping water onto the page or paint or slapping the paint, making flowers, whatever we've been doing, it has just been so much fun. And what's been the most fun is to watch people who have not, like, wouldn't call themselves a watercolorist, and they just say they're dabbling around in it, Beth and Dawn, to watch what you create and how you've created it, the things that you've came up with. It's just been really, 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 really fun. Me stepping outside a tad bit of flowers, but I'm back at them. Not in some of them, but for the most part, I'm a flower girl, so I'm pretty much going to be slapping flowers down. So when you think about it, it's not about the perfection of what you do. It's just about taking the time to sit down and give yourself 5 or 10 minutes to create, or just to see what the little child in you wants to do, right? That is what's been magical to me. Oh, that's another thing. I don't have green in this. Okay, and I'm not finna mix it and make green. So we'll have to use one of this green to make some leaves. I'm making wild rice chicken and fresh spinach for dinner. Okay, well, I got spinach and chicken, but I got cabbage, and I put andouille sausage in the cabbage, and then I had some roasted potatoes on the side. So look at this. We're almost thinking. I was trying to think of the easiest thing to cook because I still have fish. Like, I eat my fish. But I had to cook dinner because everybody else didn't have anything. Oh, you know what? I could have no, I couldn't. This one kind of, it's been a while since I've wakened these paints up. But as you can see, when I put them out the tube, they're still ready to perform. I missed it last year since I was, yeah. Yes, but listen, now you have a new tool in your toolbox, because grief doesn't just stop. It continues on. And I think I was talking to somebody and they were like, oh my goodness, you're just so strong. And I was just like, I don't think so, but okay. I just think I still have to find ways to cope with my grief. And my phone was ringing this morning and it wasn't on sleep. So I was like, I wasn't ready to wake up, right? So then I slapped it on sleep. And on an iPhone, if you call back to back, it knocks it off or whatever, right? So, and then when the person that was calling, it made my heart race because I was like, oh Lord, are they going to call me with some bad news? And it wasn't bad news, but I had to tell her, it's like, girl, you kept calling my phone. I just thought something was wrong with, like, my son, because it was his ex-wife. And my granddaughter thought maybe something was wrong with her. It's like, don't call my phone that early in the morning. I'm the mama that, gets the phone calls and tend to, I go straight there. I go straight to the bad news, whether it's good. It could be good news, and you just can't wait. And you calling me, I go straight there because most calls, that's how it's been. Okay, so this is, I am just retired, and I'm very new to watercolor, and I'm not sure what to do. Okay, I like that. That's a good place to be. That means you haven't been tainted by all of the do this, do this, do this, do this. And I'm gonna tell you this: since you are just retired and you sound like you got a new hobby, which is getting ready to be watercolor, all I'm gonna say is jump on this bandwagon. Get your paintbrush. What kind of paints do you have already? Do you have tubes? Do you have pans? What do you already have? Let's start there. And either way, I want you to take it, get your paper, your water, just start experimenting with it. Start playing. Ask questions. Ask yourself questions. And I mean, you can ask me questions. I don't have a problem with questions. I don't. Um, but you can ask yourself questions, and therefore, this is what I did. I did this one thing for myself. I just started playing. I did stuff like, this is how I learned that I like flowers. That brush might be too big. I got a brush, got some paint, slapping it. Hence is why slapping paint on paper came about. I don't know what's in that, but we're going to use it. Take this and just like, oh, what are we going to do? Okay, we got this blank piece of paper. Blank pieces of paper used to intimidate the heck out of me. So this is what I would do. I would slap the paint down. Oh, that brush didn't get wet. I would slap the paint down, right? And next thing you know, okay, that looks like it might be a petal. And then I tell myself, don't worry about what the outcome is. Just keep swim, keep doing. Hence is how I came up with swoop, 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 dot, dot. Start doing little things, making little noises. And just like, oh, that's fun. Do this. Okay, do that. All right, cool, cool, cool. Right? And I would turn a blob, because that's what that was looking like in the beginning. And then when you take it and it dries, and be like, oh, that might be a flower. Right? And then you get another size brush and just be like, remember we ain't got no green, but why not pull out this beautiful green right here, because it shows up great and it wakes up great. And then I'd be like, well, that looked like it might be a flower. Let's expound on that. And once you put a leaf on it, baby, that's a flower. You can't take that away. Can't say it ain't a flower. Or at least you couldn't tell me it wasn't a flower. And I'm telling you, that is exactly how I did it, Julia. I didn't worry about. Now, here's the other thing. Flowers might not be your thing. So you might need to figure out what your thing is, what you like. Like some people like landscaping. I really am not a 100% fan of landscaping, but landscaping helps me slap paint on paper, right? I show up just slapping the paint on the paper and not trying to control the watercolor, because day number 18 was rigid. And that was one thing I was telling people, is not be so rigid with whatever you're painting, right? And if you do be rigid, it'll turn out to be something like, this is a good example of being rigid. I was trying to controlling. I have paint in a tube and I have paper that you have. Okay, great. So you take you some, and you take your tubes. Don't do what I do, because this is not what I do always. But when I have these tubes right here, I haven't poured them in pans. It will take me some time, but you want to pour them in a pan, your tubes into a pan, let them dry. That means so that they can marry each other well, so that they can get together in the little thing, and then they can show up great. All it is, and that's Karenology. The right way to tell you that is so that you can pour it in there, the binder and all the pigment can get together. And when you wet it, so like when I wet this and wet it, dig in, it comes the binder, because this was a tube and I poured it in there and I let it dry. It's like 4 or 5 days last week. And then you go and slap it down on some paper. They say you get more, you'll get all of it'll show up. Look at that. So they must be right, because that did show up pretty good. And you don't use that much paint. When you squeeze it out of the tube, you see all of that I put in there. So if I didn't use watercolor every day like I do, then this will be a waste in my pan. But I use watercolor. I would take it and slap it on some paper in a minute, just so that I can get rid of it. We don't waste watercolor, and now that I'm making cards, I will use it to make a background, so we don't worry about it. There we go. So get you some, if you don't have any pans, you know, empty pans, these little white thingies right here is what they call half pans or whole pans. You can get a half pan or a whole pan. And I like whole pan because I have a lot of, I don't want to go through the process. Half pans are not enough. I paint too much, right? So, and half pans, they have so much in it, so it's so yummy. But I personally would just start where you are, not knowing. And then when you ask yourself, well, what do you want? What do you want to do? Or how do you want to paint? And then go down those rabbit holes when you start asking yourself the questions. And that's just what I did. And then you got times like if you like pens, like some people, I'll speak for me. I didn't like having pens. I like just freehanding. I like freehanding. We call it freehand. Just show up watercolor, watercolor, watercolor. But then now I really like the way this looks. So now I'm going to still show up watercolor, but then I'll go around it with maybe a pen. So it ask yourself the question so that you can walk into your way, right? And that's what I did, and it was easier for me because I wasn't wanting to know all the things. Like the sheet, I mean the freebie that I put in the chat or that's in the description box below. If you're new, if you're coming on and you didn't hear me, it's just a glossary terms of some of the things that I've personally been using, and people sent me messages like, "Hey, what does that mean?" Because I said it, but I didn't go into it. Like light fast, I'm just like, well, light fast. What is light fast? Now, back in the day, I didn't want to know what light fast was. Somebody's like, you need to know what light fast is, and I was like, light who? Like what? Like I didn't care. Light. And if you're not going to sell your prints, if you're not going to sell your art, you still probably don't care. That's just how it is. Now, I need this to get out of the way because I need this pen. So, and here's the other way that I'm going to show you something because it's the last day we got to show up with the paints. I don't know what size brushes you have, but I make sure I have a mop brush. Get the biggest brush, and then I go in here and start sopping up all that paint that I just had. And then we'll just slap it down. Hence is slapping paint on paper. That's how it all started. People were like, well, Karen, what you doing? Over here slapping paint on paper. Now this is going to be pretty because I'm already seeing I can draw my rose after this dries, or draw a flower or something in here, who knows, and turn it into a card. Why? Because Dawn them got me over here doing the things like that. And see how fast we use that up? There we go. Now we're going to use that, and I did another one. God knows what I did with it. Okay, you need to stay right here. You're part of today's show. You need to go over there. You're part of yesterday's show. Okay? All right, guys. Stay straight. Keep me straight. And I also talk to my paints. But, so yeah, we're going to let this dry. So my only thing with Loft, if I was doing Loft and Daniel Smith, I would tell you there's no comparison, right? None. And let me get my glasses and see something, because I learned something yesterday while I was making that sheet for you guys. Yep, ASTMD. So this is not a good paint for light fast. If you get that sheet, it'll make sense. All of these are probably, yeah, all these are deep. And the reason being is these are not professional paints. Well, let's go over here and check this one out. Oh, that one's ASTMD2. So all ASTM is the measuring stick of how good the watercolor is. That's Karenology too. It really is. I just gave you the Cliff Note version of what I learned yesterday. That was it. And did I keep that light fast stuff up? I did not. Let's see. Does it have a history? But light fast is one of the things that if you're looking to sell your prints or something like that, that's the only thing. That's all I'm saying. If right now you're a beginner and you're just like, I don't care, you're probably where I was 4 years ago. I don't care about all that, Karen. I just want to learn how to do whatever, whatever, whatever. That's it. So we're going to get on from that because that was the whole point of me doing that. But for somebody that might be wanting to know what is ASTM, it's like I said, it's the measuring stick rating system that in the US, I think it's the US because in other countries they use the wood measuring. I do remember that, which I thought was very interesting. So that's just it. Julia in Karen fashion. Yep, just slap that paint on that paper. And then let it grab you. Like I'm trying to tell you. That's the fun. That's the beauty of watercolor. Is it chooses you. You don't get to choose it. You choose it as a medium, but your style, I think my style changes based on my attitude, based on my how I'm feeling that day. I really do. I really really do. Because some of my flowers I can show up and it'd be like, oh, that's beautiful. Like I did with this. I woke up this morning because last night when I went to sleep, it had some splotchiness about it that I didn't, I was like, But when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, she cute, right? So when you're just slap the paint on the paper, have fun, pick you some colors. I would tell you pick 3 colors that make you feel good, 3 colors that not even your favorite colors. My favorite color is purple, so I would have everything purple. I choose my favorite for is watercolor. And this is, everybody knows we're going to make a monochromatic palette from greens, yellows, blues, and not purple, but which one we can get to represent. It's going to be, this is red, this is rose. We're going to use Opera Rose. So it's going to be 4 palettes. I'm going to have 4 palettes. And they're going to be all of the green brands that I have. Even these right here will make it in because I'm trying to see which brand am I not to say loyal to. That's not it. I don't want to use loyal. Which brand makes me happy? Right? And it very well could be like that crimson rose turns out pretty. Or if I take the crimson rose and then I take the rose or crimson red, and do they have they don't have a crimson red over here. They have not close. Nothing is close, but something similar. I would have to have crimson red to crimson red. So I can say, oh, I like this Artist Loft crimson red. Price is not going to be the thing. They will be tubes. My handmade watercolors will not be, I am not breaking them up into monochromatic palettes, not included. But my tubes, all of the tubes that I've used, and that's another thing we're going to have to break down, tubes. But the brands that are in tubes will be broken down into green, blue, yellow, and kind of opera rose, because you can make red and all the things. You can make your own colors. So I just want you to have fun. Like, don't, and even if I get in a video and I get technical, ignore it. Because if you find yourself like asking too many questions about how'd you do this, how did you do that, how'd you do this, how did you do that, then go back to your time. Remember, we got slap. Set up your space, load up your brush, activate your joy, pause, ask yourself the question, then slap the paint on the paper, then answer your question, then slap the paint on the paper, then answer your question. Because when you come to me, once you get to me, you'll have formulated a question that doesn't have anything to do with technique. It'll have more to do with, well, I felt this way when I was painting, or I felt this way when I was painting. That's it. Because I think crafting, and I'll lump it all under crafting, watercolorist, mixed media. If you're confused about it, it'll stress you out. And that's not what I want. I don't want you to get stressed out about watercolors, which is why I've shown up every single day for World Watercolor Month, because I want people to try. I want people to say, oh, I like that. Oh, this was fun. Or then you can leave and be like, I ain't like it, I ain't enjoy it, I won't do it no more. And then if you tell me that, then I'll be like, so tell me what you didn't like about it. And then if it had anything to do with technique or something like that, then that's a little different. But some people, maybe they don't want to sit down. Like some people don't like sipping. What's this called? Sipping paint. This is not sipping paint. Totally different. But some people don't even want to slap no paint on paper with sipping paint. Me, I don't want to do sipping paint because I don't want nobody to tell me what paint. So I have learned that. Or if it's going to be very free in sipping paint, then maybe. All right, let's take the purple and put it down because why? We don't want to waste, and I want this palette, and I want to see how bold, vibrant this is going to be too. There we go. We're going to let that dry. Come on, give it all to me. Get on here. Just load that brush up. See what I'm saying? Load that brush up. And let's go around the side. Yeah, let's do that. This the look, Dawn. This the card maker in me. Let's go around the side. Bitty penny with that. Let's put some distress ink around the side. Nope, let's put some more. Let's put some paint. That's pretty. Look at that. Yum, yum, yum. So this is Loft. Oh, this one's dry. Let me put, was that Loft? Yes, Loft. Artist Loft. Loft. And then you start out with paint. Oh, and today is 20. And so, Julia, all the things that you want, anybody that's on here, anything that you want, you have to try it out, then formulate the question, and then go do a thing so you can narrow down the question. And no question is a dumb question. I'm learning that over here. No question is a dumb question. If you don't know, you just don't know. Like, I don't know how to rob a bank. And if I wanted to learn how to rob a bank, I'd have to go find a bank robber who's successfully robbed the bank and got away with it. I don't want the one that's in jail. So, but my point is, if you want to perfect a thing, you got to spend time with the craft. I could have used some more of that, but y'all got me. I'm trying to see how pigmented it is over there. Only because I'm not spending a whole lot of time on it. Because I want to break these down. I do want to break them down. But I didn't know I had a whole nother brand over here. So we're going to use, let's put a little bit of rose. Oh, yeah, these ain't woke up in a minute. I can't even say if I've used them since I've been here. But see how quick that bind it back up? We love it. We need a green. And I love deep, deep green. Yes. You're welcome, Julia. And don't be critical of yourself either. Remember, everything that you take the time to do, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. When is art art? When you say it's art. You don't have to wait for nobody to affirm or confirm. You are the author and creator of your art. And if somebody else don't like it, that's on them. But we show up for ourselves first, because we take the time to sit down and create something, we're happy with it. Promise you, we can do something with it. All right, let's just do those because I want to get to the good part. I think is the good part is breaking these things down. All right, let's get another piece of paper. My Hobby Lobby paper. I'm just saying, Hobby Lobby and Fabriano got together and made me happy. And did. Put some more water there. Wake it up, wake it up. Poop, poop. Come on, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. And then if you're new to watercolor, I want you to not even decide if you want to, draw flowers, unless you like flowers. Let me say that. But figure out what you like, that you want to spend time practicing, because it's a craft, it's an art form that you have to practice. Not that you're trying to become perfect, but that you gain like muscle memory with your hand. So when you do it, it just kind of just happens. Like people are like, how'd you do that? I was like, I don't know. I've just done it so long, I just do it. And when I have to slow down, I'd be like, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Let me walk through this a little bit slower. Because in my Patreon, I don't really. We do more. We do a whole lot more. It's slower, a little bit more, and you have videos that you can play back over and over and over again too, to kind of catch the hand. And the other thing I've learned, for anybody that's on here and you're not left-handed, when you have somebody like me teaching you left-handed and you're looking at the screen, just pay attention. I'm left-handed, and I'm going to be doing things from the left side. So it does. I've learned it does make a difference when I'm watching somebody do something right-handed, and then I go try to do it, and I'm trying to hold the brush, and I'm like, no wonder they're right-handed. It's not working. So all I do is turn the paper upside down, and that works for me. So I don't know if that'll work for, somebody who might be right-handed. I don't know if the opposite will work, but I'm over here in the left-hand world. We're not trying to figure out things for the right-handed people, because y'all got everything. Left-handed people, isn't that right, Dawn? One time for the lefties. Woo, woo. One time, just one time. We okay. All right, let's slap this down. We're gonna kind of do the same thing. I think I remember why these watercolors didn't get pulled out again, but I gotta make sure it's for real, for real. I need some more pigment. I might got too much water. We're gonna give them a chance to show up. But I already know for a fact that I shouldn't have to go back in because I didn't put that much water on it. But see, we can already look and tell that it's not very. And also let me add, as I'm not a watercolor snob. I'm not. But because I've been using professional for the last year and a half, I already know the difference. I had to go back in because it needed some more pigment. But no matter how much I put in, it's just not that. It's a beautiful color. But what I was looking for, it wasn't going to give me what I wanted. Yes, I'm going to have to take some of this water off. That's what it is. Oh, Dawn, finish cooking because we want Willie to be able to eat. We want it. I feel like once July is gone and I'm not doing lives every day, I'm going to miss it because the last time I did lives every day in October, after it took me a minute to get used to it, and I wasn't going to do lives again until the new year, and I did, and I was like, oh God, I miss showing up, I miss talking to the people. Yeah, it's just too, I don't even know the word to use. We're going to let it dry. I'm not even going to talk about it. We're just going to let it dry. That's it. Not going to even talk about it. It's not that it was bad. It's not bad. It's really good. Look, this brush is dry. So, I want to see something. Need to see something for my own eyes. Put a little water there. Yeah. So it's the pigment. But I can't talk about it without going into some other things, and I'm not doing that, so I'm not going to talk about it. But for beginners, it's a great watercolor. That's what I'm going to say. I can say that. Doesn't Ecamm do an everyday live challenge in August? Doesn't Ecamm do an everyday live challenge in August? Ecamm, like watercolor? Dawn, you got me sitting on the edge of my seat. Like, what you talking about? Like the different strokes. What you talking about, Willis? Oh, I don't like that. Let me leave that alone. I'm going to have to put leaves on with something else. I'm not saying that these are bad. I am not. I'm just saying I see why. I remember. They go in my mixed media. Because Let's see, let's see, let's see. What color? Oh, that's red. I can use it. Okay, let's get rid of this red paint. Might mess it up, might not. I remember the streaming Ecamm family. I don't know, Dawn. I'll have to check that out. I haven't even been on like their YouTube channel since like I started using them, so I kind of kick them to the curb, I think. Right? Let's take this red. I'll have to check that out. Yep, this is where I loved it on canvas. See that? And I'm going to let this, and we're going to go on and slap this on this canvas. But yep. And I want to say somebody maybe referred or said something about it. Now it's coming back because on paper, it just wasn't, like, even over here it's still wet. So we're just going to let this go on here, and we're going to, that's what we're going to do. So boop, 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 slap that down. We're going to let that dry. There's a bird outside my studio. Or either it's that bird with two legs. I'm not sure. There we go. You can tell the difference. Well, let me put it up. So this over here, and again, this is another one of those things, it's preference. It's a preference. And right now, this is Karen's preference, right? So you can see how it looks, I think, to me, it's wet right here. It's wet, 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 and this is on paper. But right here, it's not as wet. It's more vibrant. And I know when this dries, it's not going to be as vibrant as I would want it to be. And my point is, it's not going to be like this. And that was what I discovered from using them last time. So now we done slapped that on there, and you get to see how it really shows up. They do offer a challenge called Live Every Day in August. This challenge 30-day program designed to help people become more comfortable with live streaming. Oh yeah, I don't think I need that one, but yeah, I like that. But so while Ecamm Live doesn't broadcast live daily, they support and encourage. Oh yes, so okay, so yes. Now I can't say Ecamm Live. I love Ecamm Live. Let me throw that out there. And don't click on anything else. If you want them, I got an affiliate link, and I don't know why it's not on all the things. It's another one of my shortcomings. I forget to put the links that I'm affiliated with because if I love something, I want everybody else to like, hey, I love this, and give me your opinion. It's not maybe for everybody, but I can say you're absolutely right. And that is the challenge that year. That's been 2 years ago. Something similar to, I did do that. So thank you for reminding me of that, Dawn. You're absolutely right. That's why Dawn be here. She keep me on point and do. This is going to be pretty now. This is going to remind me because when I was sitting up talking about the painting started. It's like the girls say, hey, I told y'all my stuff be talking to me. But it's mixed media. So it'll get covered up. And then I'll splatter, and then I'll do something else on it, and it won't matter. So that's why the paints are still here, because most of the watercolors that I don't like, they're not even in the studio anymore. I either gave them away or I didn't throw any of them away. I maybe donated them, but I can't do anything with these because I don't want that color on there. But I won't throw this away. We'll still keep it and do something else, or we can... why not? Let's just slap it down on some paper. We'll turn it into a card. It'll be a good background, right? That's what it'll be. It'll work out. It'll work out. Hey, Pam. Pam, listen. I was on trying to hang with y'all last night with Mama Juju. I couldn't do it. I woke up again with my phone right there. I was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't even comment in the chat. I was like, oh my goodness. I need to go back and watch the replay because I wanted to see how she finished off with that. I did a bag like that. I did it with Trader Joe bags. And that is going to be the best journal. I think it is so great. I'm finna do something else. Don't y'all do what I do. But I want some boldness, and I want it to be, yeah, just kind of like so. Mm, there we go. Something like that. Make it look like a little path. And maybe when it dries, I can stamp something on it. Path of life, something like that. I don't know. I don't know. But we don't waste paint over here. That's my point. All right, let's put these back in. You already probably know these will not be anywhere on the top. The ones we've done today probably is why they are last on the list. Probably. But don't get me wrong. These will probably be good for somebody who doesn't know how paint behaves. These will probably be fun because they do have some pigment and all the things. I am a night owl, but here's the thing. I used to be a night owl and used to be in my studio until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And my doctor told me I needed to stop because, you know, life over 40, life over 50. Yeah, it's just like get you some sleep. And then I got my grandkids. So I have to get up, so I can't sleep. And then I had the dogs, so I couldn't get the sleep I needed. So I just had to cut out. Sometimes I'm up, but I've been trying. I need to stop. Just need to stop trying to hang with y'all. Cause Mama Juju be in full effect. She don't be finna stop no time, and the chat be going. And that's the thing. I can stay on the live if I stop reading the chat. Cause when the chat get to scrolling, I'll be like, oh Lord, there we go. And then if Mama Juju, she laughed last night and it kind of woke me up. So I was just like, oh shoot. Let me just cut this phone off because I just can't do it. Just let me go. You ended up falling asleep too. Well, how long did you stay on? Because then it was like, I think 11 o'clock. Because I looked at one time she was on live, and then I looked, that's like, then she was on again, and I was just, oh, okay, let me go. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're finna take all of the brands, and we are going to, I feel like I need a piece of paper that I'm going to keep and hold on to. Oh, how about I use this because it's World Watercolor Month. Yeah, let's kind of do it. Let's do it. And I think I found out that these microns that I have are not waterproof. Suitable for signature painting. It says painting, but, and then it says can add ink. I don't know how, but anyways, that's a whole nother live. Okay, so we're gonna put handmade over here, and we can say tubes because no, I had some A Gallo in tubes. I got some handmade, so handmades will be over there. How do I say the other ones? Just let's just say others. Give me a better name, I'll put it up there. But right now, that's the only thing I can separate my handmade from my other ones. All right, A Gallo. Oh, let's do this. Handmade. We can put HM. Rosa Gallery is O. Blick is O. Utrecht is O. Daniel Smith is O. Marry Blue is O. I don't think they're handmade. O. Shinhan O. Della Magna, handmade. Oh, Roman Smalls. We still didn't do Roman Smalls, but handmade. O, Winsor Newton, O, Kiritaki, O, Stardust, handmade. Oh, I didn't do Daniel Rowney either. But O, we know what they look like. Dustin Dots, handmade. KMS, handmade. I have a lot of handmade watercolors. Oh, I didn't do Arch and Olive either, so let me circle these. So I guess I will be. I already know how these perform, and these will not be a problem. Roman Smalls. I think I did leaves for him. I really think I did. We did this one, this one. Oh, I didn't do crafter mode. It will not be a factor in what I'm doing right now. I promise you. I promise you. But it's an O. Arch and Olive is an O. Beam Paints is handmade. Deep Light is handmade. Grabby is O. Schminka is O. Karndosh is O. Sennelier is O. It's not handmade. Renaissance are definitely handmade. Look, I got handmade already there, but we'll put HM. Handmade and O, O, and O. O, 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 O. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so if you've been on here and you don't mind putting in the chat the ones that you know you've seen me slap paint on paper, are there any that just jumps out and you've been waiting the whole time to say, I love that one, that's the only one I like, or that one looked good on paper, or because all of them, once I finish putting them in the flowers, I make them look good. That's what I'm saying. Me and my husband, we play cards, and you know my little spiel is like, if you make me look good, which lets him know I got a high one, and if he cutting, that mean if you don't cut it, now you gotta make me look good. That's playing spades. So, but I'm gonna make them look good. Like I'm gonna put them in them. I'm gonna put leaves on them. I'm gonna dress them up, dance them up. So even these being very very inexpensive paints, Dawn, you know you can't say you love them all. You know this now. Look it. So these right here. Oh, I feel like these need to be cut in half, but these are yummy. These have turned out yummy. So see what I was saying about those what are they called? Royal nickel, Royal Lang nickel. They turn out great. That's why they get used in my mixed media. So it doesn't matter the price. Does not. Di will be on with me August the 1st. Oh, nice. Thank you for letting me know. I'll put that on my calendar and will. Your cat is beautiful, by the way. I do love her. Now, is the cat named Ginger? Since your name is Pam, is the cat named Ginger? Where is the other thing? I'm going to give you mine. Everybody probably already know. It's #1 for handmade. And Rosa Gallery. Rosa Gallery, you were supposed to be on deck. Where are you? You're not where you're supposed to be. Rosa Gallery is like, I don't have legs. I can't come on my own. But I had them in order as to how I was going to present them. It's a ginger. Oh, it's a ginger cat. You know, I'm a doggy mom, Rottweilers. So is that kind of like a ginger cat? It's kind of like the brand Rottweilers. Is that how that works? It's a ginger cat. Or is the cat ginger? No, he's a hardly, but he's a ginger cat. Oh, I'm so confused. I will wait for your live so you can explain that. That's one thing about hopping into everybody's live and being there. When you got a question, all you got to do is just wait till they show up on live and then they'll explain it. No stress. Okay, so these are Mission. Okay, I couldn't decide between Mission and Holbein. So it was a tie between my granulating paint. So Mission and Holbein are tied. But handmade is Addison and Sedgwick. And now that palette was just right here. Where is it at? Oh, right here. I put all of them back over here. Then second, so let me write these down before I forget. I had a ginger cat once. Oh boy. Oh, I don't know cat behaviors. I only know Rottweiler behaviors and children. That's what I'm a subject matter expert in. No, they are orange tabbies, but they are also called ginger. Okay, I've heard of tabbies. Got you on that. Gotcha. Caught up. Okay. So we're going with Addison. And we're just going to say Sid. 1. 2, of course, is going to be Della Magna. And 3 for Handmade was, who is over here? Somebody, is it here, here, here? Oh, I got it. It's right here. What's that? No, that's that one. It's a newer one. Oh, Willa, which is Renesan. And those were the tubes. I don't know where they are right now. I'll probably put them up. No, they're on the desk somewhere. I told y'all I got both things going on. So that's it. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, and it would have to be Dots and Dust. But I kind of didn't want to put her with them because it's not a ongoing. She's not going to be ongoing because she doesn't come up with new colors or anything like that. So then it'll be a tie between Deep Light and Beam Paints. I like them together. So we'll just say top 5. Beam. Well, we'll say 6. And no, top 5. It's just going to be Beam. Because Beam has more, I have more pigments for Beam paints. Okay, so that's Handmade. And then other, it's going to be number 1 is Rosa Gallery. And this is as of right now. Because remember I told you guys I'm adding a couple of more brands. So we're still going down the rabbit hole of trying the things to see. When we're using the monochromatic colors, the green, the yellows, the green, the yellow, and the blues for sure of each brand that I do not have. So that's not a whole bunch of colors. And then if I like how they feel, then we'll introduce maybe just the basics of the colors, maybe. But, and Karen Dosh really shouldn't be here because they were gouache. Gouache, G-U-A-C, something like that. So we kind of want to include them. I do enjoy Sennelier. I just hate that I can't say the daggum name right. My tongue gets tied up. But Rosa Gallery, so if I had to go, I would probably say that my Holbein, but I can't say that because I don't use these like that. Holbein and Mission, I will say, let's just say they're number 3. Let's just say Mission and Holbein. And we got some Holbein, the regular colors. I only had the whatchamacallit. So when I get the other colors, we'll see. But I'm almost certain that I love the way Holbein is put together. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So that's just how that's going to work out. And not to talk about light fastness, but these are some of the things that plays a factor because I do commission pieces and I do take my artwork, scan it. And when you print it out on your end, I want the best scan from my end to your end. And I also put my prints on, cups and mugs. So I want it to be, the light fastness is important, which is why these are getting the top. That's just it. So Sennelier, I think I'm just going to have to put them over there. And we're going to say Rosa Gallery. We're going to say, how am I going to say that? Because Smika was good. This is probably why I hadn't done this, because it's just, I don't know. Okay, I can tell you what it's not. It's not this one, not this one. See, Winsor Newton, plays a part a little bit. I think I'm just going to say it's Rosa Gallery, and then it's Sennelier, Mission, and Holbein. Then 4, we're going to say is, where is it? Winsor Newton. And then for 5, I am actually going to have to go with Blick and Ultrac because you're not going to get Blick anymore. You're going to get Ultrac. Utrecht, sorry. Utrecht, I like Utrecht. Utrecht is amazing. Utrecht shows up great. What I do need to see so I can tell you. And Utrecht is, that's Blick. Oh, Utrecht is way down there. There we go. Oh, it's series 2, so it probably is. And Light Fast 3. Okay, great. Because y'all know yesterday when I was creating that sheet for y'all, and I was learning about the Light Fast and how the rating system is for the scale for the colors, and they was like, you know, if it has 1, 2, or 3, wait, hold on. Is that what it is? I think I read it the wrong way. Yeah. So, okay, excellent. You want excellent if you're selling your art. You want excellent. Of course, the people that are doing it, they like, duh. Don't judge me. I learned something yesterday. So, excellent. So, Blick is excellent, which is probably why they bounce out and are so beautiful. But this color is series 2, which just really kind of confused me. But it's Utrecht, and it is 3. I know I got some other ones. I got more Blick in here than anything. And there's Dollar Rowney. We already know. I think he is great. So this is what I'm going to do is go through them and back in and put on here what they were. But the ones that I know for sure, I did go and check out. Oh my goodness, I forgot. I knew it was somebody that needed to be over here. It's Daniel Smith. Daniel Smith is a given. It's a given for me, right? So, but Rosa Gallery comes in too. But out of the ones, I didn't include Daniel Smith because Daniel Smith was my #1, definitely for sure. But over here with the ones we really did outside of the ones that I said we wasn't going to really worry about, Rosa Gallery is 1, Sennelier is number 2, Mission and Holbein are tied for 3, Winsor and Newton and Blick and Utrecht are the top for our others. Handmade is number 1 is Addison and Sedgwick, number 2 Della Magna, number 3 is Renison, and Renison was the one that I got is the Willow. It's these. If you saw these. Well, as I got it in my hand, you know I got to look. I'm just like, when you learn something, you just know it. So these I had, and we put these in tubes. These are the ones, if you go back and watch in the video, it's on, these are the ones that are on here. Look, and they even still are just yummy. See, that's the good thing about watercolor. You get to wake it up. If this was acrylic, it would be done. Done. All right, so... And then number 4 was Dots and Dust, which are handmade watercolors, which I used I used these mostly for this beautiful thing here last night. So that's that. They show up great. The light fastness, all that stuff, everything about them, they're great. And last but not least is Beam. The Beam and Deep Light kind of had a tie, but I have more colors in Deep Light. So this was fun. I really enjoyed swatching all of my brands, and then we came into it the last minute hour of it and found out that I have 32 brands instead of 30. And oh, I still didn't do the. I want you to see the Crafty Mo. Crafty Mo wasn't even kind of in the running. It just was not. I can't give you any information on these colors, and I think that's why I wasn't worried about it. But it's like if you go on Crafty Mo and you know where Crafty Mo get the watercolors or however that is. But we didn't get a lot of information even when we were doing the challenge. I mean, doing the subscription. People would, ask because they wanted to know. At that time, I didn't care, didn't want to know. But like now, I don't have a lot of information to give you on these paints. Other than I got them from Crafty Mo. They are a kind of, what do you call it? A collaboration with Emma LaFave and Crafty Mo. And I do know that you can get them individually now. When she first started, you couldn't get them without the subscription, but now you can get them. So let's. Oh, Pam, you love Roddy's? I have 8 of them. I really should only have 6, but one got returned, and the owner is here with it right now, my granddaughter. My granddaughter didn't return it. Her mama did. And the last puppy, the last litter we had, we still got that puppy. Well, he was born in October, so he kind of still a puppy, but not really. And we got 2 that are on deck to be joining the what do you call it? The tribe. 2 girls, because we breed Rottweilers. Family friendly, not for anything else. We gotta know. If you tell me you're gonna have the dog outside, the first thing is gonna be a. If you say it's gonna be a yard dog, or you're gonna train it to be a attack dog, we ain't got nothing. I don't have nothing else to say to you, because our dogs are not outside dogs, and they are definitely. I don't want them to be bred. I don't breed them to train them to be attack dogs. I think their look says don't bother me enough. So we like family friendly dogs. So if you go on my channel and you check out Roddy's, the tab for Roddy's, you get to see my 2, well, she was what, about 3, 4 maybe, training the dogs. That's how gentle they are. We have 2 matriarchs, Lily Rose and Lauren, who are no longer breeding. They are just here. They still hang out. Y'all know some people, when they finish breeding with the dogs, they just turn them over to the, they get rid of them. So they are still here until the Lord calls them to doggy heaven. All right, let's see. Put that one there, and boop, boop, boop. I feel, oh, just put it down, Karen. I know, but I wanted it a certain way. It's okay. Remember, I told y'all self-talk is a wonderful thing. Oh, and Pam, I meant to tell you, because I didn't go back and reply on the video when I looked at Team Replay. I had to run to an interview, but I started doing another journal. So I have 3 journals, because I was inspired by your last live to do another journal. And this one's going to be for me. It's not going to be for anybody. Because of the cruise. I have the cruise, and I think I wanted to make a journal just for me, from the cruise, my vacation. And there we go. Boop, boop. We're going to let this dry. So you get to see these are yummy too. So let's see, I can put the stem on it. I do love the greens in here, because if you know Emma LaFave, you know she loves her greens and her blues and her yellows. So definitely there's a green in here that I love, but I still be mixing it up because I like what I like. And that's just that. So you can see the pigments are very, very, very vibrant. But as far as information on like all the stuff I just said, talking about the light fastness, I don't have any information. And when we went looking on Crafty Mo, I don't think they had any on there, because I think it's more of a crafting paint. I don't know how to put it. Swoop, swoop, doop, 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 pull it down, doop, doop, down, doop, boop, 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 boop. If you're not boop booping it, you probably won't hit the right spot. Boop, doop, doop, doop. Just sing a little song while you're just slapping paint on paper, and it'll make you happy, and you'll end up changing your whole mood. And that is why I slap paint on paper, because usually by the time I'm finished boop booping and doop dooping, I have a whole new tongue. I don't want to cuss anybody out anymore. I feel better. My heart rate goes down. And definitely if I'm thinking about my son or my daughter, I'm in a better mood. So I am very much so grateful. So I tell people watercolor saved my whole life, my whole sanity, and some other people's too. They just don't know it. There we go. I'm making painty papers right now using Christmas coloring. Oh, book pages. Nice. When do you go live again? So I can start keeping up. Because usually I'll be like, Dawn, when does such and such go live? Who goes live next? I would really like to start keeping up with people's live. Because sometimes, not all the time, sometimes them notifications are just not coming up. And I think these iPhones are I got to go back in and redo my settings. I really believe that's what it is. Bridget and I were talking about that yesterday, and I think that's what it is. Okay. All right, here we go. So let me put, all right, that's fine. I like that. I do love the paints. The paints are so vibrant. They are so pretty. So when you look at this, and once this dries, this will dry like the other one. And I'm going to do the same thing. I don't do it with the pen. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the other one. What did I do with it? Probably put it up. So we're going to pin these up. We're going to draw on these. These are going to be backgrounds. I'll probably draw on them and then scan them. But I won't be doing any of this until the end of the month. Once I'm finished with World Watercolor Month, then I will do all the things, you know, bring them, decorate them, something. This one isn't talking to me right now because we discovered that it didn't do good on paper, right? But look at that. Look how vibrant that is on there. See there? It's still great. And it just looks good. So I'll be going, probably putting this back and probably finishing up. I don't know. She looks good sitting in there, but by the time it's over, I'll put some gesso on it, bring it up, and let it kind of come and pop out. Who knows? Who knows? I am only doing the live at the Ginger Cat Ladies Craft Table every other Friday. Okay, okay. Okay, so you did it this past Friday, so no this coming Friday, the next Friday. But you do send out, you put out, what's those things in the community? You're using your community. So there we go. So we have this, but we have, I think I said 11 more days of World Watercolor Month. Our prompt for today was kitchen. I am going to take my sketchbook and I'm going to draw me a kitchen. I'm going to try my best. I'm not going to, I'm not going to put a whole lot of pressure. Oh, August the 1st. Okay, that's right. This week. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, so that's right, because Benny Penny won't be like, yes. So, Dawn, listen, let me tell you something. The other thing is, I was trying to see from the chat who was going to Paperganza. And then I was like, ooh, that sounds like somewhere I don't need to go, because it sounds like you come home with a lot of stuff. And I don't think I need to add not another thing to my studio. Paper-wise, that is. Paper-wise, because remember, that Gina K got me over here. I got all the papers and all the stamps, stencils, and all the things I need, because Gina K got me straight. Felt like I needed all the things. And this is why over here on Slap and Paint on Paper, I'm trying to tell you, just because I have 32 brands of watercolor, I am not telling you to go out and buy 32 brands of watercolors. Am not. In this process, what I can tell you is I did not start out with handmade watercolors, right? So I didn't know anything about handmade watercolors. Well, I knew I had heard people talk about them, right? So, but the other thing is I knew that, okay, we needed to do this and this. But as I was doing it, just like I showed y'all right here, how quickly I was just like, oh, that don't feel the same or whatever. I asked myself the question, was Karen, what's wrong with this watercolor? And I was like, it's just not feeling good. It's just not looking good. I'm not liking the way it's gliding on the paper. And it's like, well, Karen, what do you need? So I was asking myself the questions, answering. Then I came to the group that I was in. I was just like, so why is this watercolor not performing anymore? And someone said very, very clearly, you've outgrown it. I was like, huh? You outgrow watercolor? I was like, yeah. And then they say, get this. She sent me some dots, those Daniel Smith. And then when I put down that Daniel Smith tap that dot, or she sent me some pans, not the dot, she sent me some pans. And then Dots and Dust was on Illustrated Faith, and she had hers, and hers came. And then I opened up, that's not it. I thought that was it. But I opened up that tin, let's say this was it. I opened it up, and I was like, oh, those look different. They're in pans. I was like, okay. Stuck that brush and that water on there and put it on that paper. Y'all, I was like, oh my God. Okay, I don't want the Pinto anymore. I need the upgrade. So that was when I started and going kind of not down the rabbit hole still. I just recently started going down the rabbit hole within the last 2 years. Because some of these paints was just like anything that was over $5. I was just like, I'm not spending that kind of money on no paint. But I had outgrown the $5 paint. And then I had started growing into what I liked and what I loved. Watercolors and flowers. It was popping them out, and they were starting to come together, and they were starting to bloom, and I could see that I had grown into what I was like. I don't know, I just like slapping paint on paper. And now I love flowers. Most people say they can see my flowers and know that they're Karen's flowers. And that means that I didn't get Emma LaFave style. I didn't get Shada Campbell style, Jenna Rainey, none of them. I kept asking the question, well, Karen, do you like this? Karen, are you having fun trying to paint that flower like Emma LaFave? Karen, are you having fun trying to do what Jenna just did? And I was like, no. It's like, well, cut that off. Slap this paint on this paper and make it feel good. Make you want, like, until you feel good. And that's what I did. So that's why I'm telling, if you're listening and you're new to watercolor, just try it. If it's something that you think, oh, I keep waking up dreaming, she keep talking about World Watercolor Month, just do it. And don't put pressure on yourself. And then if it don't work out, you can look. August, we're going to talk about taking these things, making cards out of them. I'm going to show you how to do that. Junk journals, we're going to circle back into that because we're heading into August, and I need to be in August. I need to be deep into junk journal because we're making another junk journal for October and December for my son, and I don't know if it's going to be featuring them, but it's going to be another one that's going to be my memories and memories of them right now. That's what I'm saying right now, but it might change. And the other thing, in the words of Martha Stewart, learn something new every day. And if watercolor might be your thing, then try watercolor. I need to learn how to use my watercolor pencils and do shading. Okay, me too. Now that I can't tell you. But we can play around with some watercolor pencils because I got them. But when you talk about shading, whew, that's another one of them things that I think is beautiful. It looks amazing. Even with watercolor. I don't do shading with watercolor. I've just learned how to lay the flower down and kind of like, okay, do I want it? That was one of those questions. Do you want it? But I want to learn how to do it. Just like Pam, like you said, I want to learn how to do it, but I ain't ready. I'm just still over here. Right now, I'm enjoying all of my watercolors, like all of the things. But I think I'm going to get into it because this one, I feel like needed a little bit of shading because this flower is down. I feel like it would have, more realistic. But the other way I do shading is kind of like to water it down with my watercolor. So this one right here, it's kind of like, yeah, it's there, but is it there? So it kind of plays, it's a play on eye or whatever. But y'all, the card makers, I think needs to, they like the, y'all stuff pops off the page like boom. My stuff all comes out flat looking. Then move the wiggle of the brush. So a wiggle and a boop boop. A boop boop is a boop boop, but a wiggle I'd have to show you. So I think that's an angle. See, this is an angle because if you want it to lay down, like these are all different shapes and they're going to dry even more. And the same thing with these, like I get what you're saying. So how you lay it and how you put the flower, so it's not like they're just there anymore. And it's how you position sometimes your brush could be. But again, don't worry about that. Just slap that paint down on that paper, and if you like have it how it looks, slap it down, move it around a little bit, come back, and then be like, oh, you know, that's just my humble opinion. I'm just saying. Um, but some of the things I know from experience, it's just, it was causing me stress. And I realized somebody said something on I think I was looking at something, or Emma said something, and oh yeah, that's where it was. It was in the whole year subscription box. And she said you don't have to do a whole lot of shading. You lay the flower down with the brush, and then it'll look like when it dries, then you put another layer on top of it, and that makes it look like it's the shadow of it. That was what it was. Yeah. So we'll possibly do something like that. But yeah, all that deep stuff, all that deep, I do kind of go deeper in my Patreon. Or we're going to be talking about, Pam, we're going to be talking about doing a Zoom. So I'll probably have like a watercolor class, because last year I only did one watercolor class. So if I do another watercolor class, I'll let you know. And that way we go in and do a Zoom, probably like maybe 2 hours. And, I set it up and put a little monetary on it, and we get to hang out. And then you get to ask a question, and then I get to see what you're doing. And then I have the camera like this as I show you. But yeah, definitely layer. Layer, it has to be layered, and you go let it dry. And then come back, and don't put a heat tool on it, because it's going to look different. But kind of do, which is why I do 3 or 4 different things at a time. And then when I go back, so this here, I can come back later on and kind of go right on top of that, and just a smidge, and it's going to look like it's the shadow of kind of, not that one, but maybe that one. So yeah, but try that and see how it comes out, and let me know. All right, guys. Oh, I tell you something about World Watercolor Month. I don't stay on just an hour. Monday and Wednesday, I'm definitely very careful. I'm definitely about that time. But I think we get into conversating and getting to talking, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna. So watch out for the stories. Not the stories. This is YouTube in the community. And whatever I do to these 3, I'll post the final in the community, so you can see. And I'm saying that because I'm going to draw, and I'm not going to be critical of myself. Whatever I draw, I'm going to put it on there, and I'm going to leave it. And there's nothing I can do, because it's already going to be done. And that's another way I don't try to get out of perfection, and don't worry about that. Okay? All right, guys. All right. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody is going to have a great remainder of your Sunday. I'm going to get off of here. See if my uncle is still here, because if y'all heard all the noise in the beginning, that was him. He didn't know I was in the studio. But have an enjoyable day. And tomorrow's prompt, I already have the rest of the thumbnails, or the rest of the things set up for all the way to the 31st. So you can click the notify me, and that way you can get a notification when I do go live with it. But tomorrow is street food, and I thought that was good. Street food, that equated to street corn for me. Like street food, like tacos, like you can draw street food. And I think that's gonna be fun. So I'm even gonna try drawing some street food. I'm over here learning things right along with y'all. So that's where we are. So everybody, Team Replay, thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate you. As always, Team Replay, after this video is done, Team Replay, I go from, I think, like 25 to 80-something views within 24 hours. And according to YouTube, I'm doing great over here on my channel. They're giving me thumbs up and making sure I don't burn out. And I was like, if I didn't do YouTube, I will burn out. If I didn't do YouTube, I would be somewhere crying all the time. If I didn't do YouTube, I'd probably be a little angry and wouldn't be full of joy. But because I'm here in the studio and I get to slap paint on paper and I get to share it with people, that makes me happy. So I do take my mental very, 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 very carefully. So that's how we do it over here. So again, if you are here and you haven't subscribed to the channel, do hit that subscribe button, that bell notification all, because sometimes I leave the studio and go outside and have the dogs on live, or sometimes I sit on the porch and give a little chat, but you'll be notified. That's just the whole thing, okay? Oh, you're on Perform? Oh, okay. Well, so that means you're over there performing, like anything you do. Like you perform really Friday when you're on your live. Yep. So, guys, I'm going to get off of here. And if y'all have anything, you want to know anything or whatever, you want to chat about anything, let's activate that community and really get it going, because this is kind of where I am most of the time, is over here on YouTube. Hi, Carmen. Carmen, you're going to have to be on Team Replay because we're just saying goodbye. I was almost like the button was almost clicked. But how are you, Carmen? Happy Sunday. I hope you're having a great day. I'll wait till you at least can comment. And what are you doing today? Are you creating today? Are you in the studio today? What are you doing today, Carmen? Oh, Dawn said wiggle, wiggle, swoop, swoop. Yeah, that's it. And boop, boop. You got to get that wiggle, wiggle, that swoop, swoop, and that boop, boop. That boop, boop. I like that boop, boop. That boop, boop. It's like boop, boop. Or boop, boop. Or boop, boop, boop. It just seemed so real when I was doing it, to just like, oh, swoop, 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 swoop. Just swoop, swoop, swoop. You just got the notification? Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. If I wasn't hungry, I would hang out, but I'm hungry. And the thing about it, I realized that we've been on here, so therefore I'm hungry again, because when I eat right, I'll be hungry again. But that's all right, Carmen. You can catch Team Replay. That'll work out great. But I can let you know, I want you to go back and look at Team Replay, because we did do all of I had 2 more brands. So we had 32 brands is the end, but we did put them handmade 1 through 5, and others, which wasn't handmade 1 through 5. So you can see you can see it, who won. Addison, everybody probably knew Addison was going to jump to the top, because I kept talking about them and I kept slapping paint on paper with them, and they're just it. So I don't know if we'll get the new colors in before the end of World Watercolor Month, but if we do, y'all know I'll share all Happy Mail that comes in. Either way, if you join Mondays and Wednesdays after the 31st of July, when World Watercolor Month is over, we will go back to our regular schedule, which will be Monday and Wednesday, 3 p.m., still 3 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the studio. So we're just back to our regular schedule, unless something else comes up and I just want to jump on or do whatever. October, we will be all of October. That's the anniversary of my son's death. And so I show up for October in memory of him. And then in December, I'm here every day, minus I think 7 days, depending on how this year goes. And that's in memory of my son, my daughter, because their birthday, the 2 children that I've lost, are my December babies, and their birthday is both December 17th. So we show up and we celebrate, and I get to show people how to be resilient after the loss of a child. That's how it works out. It's not something I talk about. It's a life that I live. All right. Okay, Carmen, I'll see you on Team Replay. If you have any questions, Carmen, do put them in the comment below the video when it comes up, because I don't know how long it takes these things to come up. I can see them right away, but I know it's because they're mine. All right, guys. Happy Sunday, and y'all have a great day. Love you guys, and thank you for showing up. And remember, take care of you, because you know why we can't pour from empty cups, right? All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time.